Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
OD can't manage. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, my global gigglers?
Yes.
I'm back.
International.
I'm back. And Paige is about to leave. Because everyone's in Europe this summer. And if you're not in Europe, like, what are you doing? Like, do you have a life? No, look, it was stressful. Traveling is so
it's
stressful.
stressful.
Let's stop pretending that it's fun.
No, I want to go on like a social media blackout when I'm traveling because honestly, I'm not impressed with any of the outfits that I picked out.
Wait, you're disappointed
I
in yourself?
sabotaged myself. There's nothing like being disappointed in myself in an outfit.
Wait, I felt that, like,
Yeah.
in my bones.
Because like if you hire a stylist and you're like, oh, she's stupid.
You just
she doesn't
blame
know.
them.
Yeah, I'm like, she doesn't get me.
Yeah.
But then when it's something I picked out, I'm like, oh, I gaslit myself. I sabotage myself.
I love when I show up after packing and I go, who the fuck packed this?
Yeah.
And you realize it was you.
Yeah.
I'll do this crazy thing where I'll just pack one thing that I like
Well, let's just say in general, you pack
very poorly.
like a crazy person.
Like,
You don't pack complete outfits. You pack like, oh, I like
I
this.
like that shirt.
I'll wear it somehow.
or I'll pack stuff that I've never worn in the last year.
Yeah, 'cause
I
you're like-
think I'm going to be a different person
Yeah,
on
you're like,
vacation.
vacation me is different.
And then everyone jokes that you always pack like 40 pairs of underwear, like you're going to shit yourself every day, which I do.
Which here's the thing, I do run out of underwear.
That's what I don't do numbers. I do like packs of underwear. Like
Yeah.
I just throw all of my underwear.
Because I'm a two pair a day.
If you like live a day and then go to bed with that same underwear, I got the ick.
No, you can't go to bed in the same underwear that you did the day in.
In your walking underwear? No. Like
Nobody talks about your
my
walking.
underwear after a day has been through a war zone.
It's not sanitary. It's not
not
right.
okay.
Yeah.
And it is like a familiar smell. Like I'm like, that's
Yeah,
me.
that's me.
But I'm not gonna bring it to bed. The bed is a safe haven. Okay?
I'm a big
I'll bring it to the couch.
Of course.
I'll bring it to the dining table. Look at me pretending like I eat at a
Yeah.
dining table. But I am not bringing that in the bedroom. Also, I shower, so I never.
You're a nighttime shower. Yeah, we know this about you.
We have to make a statement.
Yeah. And it's not funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
So we're not laughing about it.
No, we're not laughing, but we need the gigglers to just put a prayer out there for Grace. Grace
Grace is certainly not laughing.
Grace is not laughing. Actually, she was laughing. It was hurting.
Grace literally can't laugh right now.
Grace had an accident.
Yep.
And it was no one's fault
No.
but herself.
Right. We tend to do that to ourselves. She's one of us.
She sabotaged herself. She was having fun, and she fainted and hit her jaw and
broke it.
broke it. And now she's on a lot of drugs. And we were like, Grace, we need to put the newsletter out tomorrow.
She texted
That's fucked up.
in the group chat. She texted him, was like, guys, I'm going to be a little out of it this week. So, like, I don't know if I can, like, edit the pod or do anything. And, like, of course, we're like, oh my God, don't even
You're
worry about
totally
us.
fine. And then you're
Me and
totally
Hannah are on
good.
the side being like, wait,
Wait.
what's going on?
This is the problem about like finally getting like a CEO of our company is that we didn't anticipate when
Yeah.
freak accidents happen that she's literally going to be high on something. Arguably, her high is still better than us sober.
100%. 100%.
We should just let her do the newsletter high.
100%.
No, but Grace is taking this week off, so
Yeah.
if we're a little like slow on social media,
It's because Grace is taking a nap, a well-deserved nap.
Grace is taking a
I
nap.
sent her, on behalf of the two of us, which should arrive tomorrow, like an assortment. I was looking,
you're so good at this.
I love, this
You're
is
ama-
my
this is what you live
niche.
for.
I live for that.
you can
I'm
quit
like,
an accident.
Someone on accident, what's the best gift I can send? I've been really topping all my baby gifts too. My baby gifts are so good. I sent her an assortment of ice cream from us.
Oh my God. That's
Because
so cute.
she's on a liquid diet, basically.
Yes.
So I figured she could. I was trying to find milkshakes, but you can't mail them.
And
So I found myself in a pickle. So I got her.
so
she's
she has to do the admin of
I picked
making the
our
milkshake.
favorite ice cream flavors because I don't know hers. So I was like, this is what I would freaking want, Grace.
Also, for some reason, Grace like told me first because I think we were doing something with burner phone, and then I was like, "Have you told Paige?" And she's like, "Not yet." And we both were like, "How do we break it to her?" And she she like sent me a photo, and I was like, okay, we have to tell Paige.
Yeah, and then she said that she has to be on a liquid diet, and I was like, you're so fucking lucky. Summer's right around the corner.
This is the thing. Should we could get her like a juices, but sometimes I feel like that's mean. Like making her drink like fucking like jalapeno pepper, cayenne, fucking.
No, I was thinking about her last night, and I was like, what is she legitimately eating? Like, is she just eating soup and mashed potatoes?
Isn't that basically what Craig does?
No,
That's literally what Craig does.
He had to go get his cholesterol checked because of it.
Did he really?
Well, because there's so much salt in soup.
Yeah, the
I was
Hale and
like,
Hardy?
I was like, you're going to have a heart attack.
Wait, Craig should do an ad with his mom, like those football players do, with like the soup.
Yeah. I'll run that by him.
Sorry, just creative directing. So anyway, Grace, not okay.
Not okay. And then, so we walk in and we're telling Chris the story. And then Chris was like any man, was like, I have a story that will relate.
I want to make this
It's
about
about
myself.
me. Wait, look at my bloody
it was.
photos.
Well, because I was like, she didn't do anything stupid. She wasn't drunk. She fainted. And
Yeah.
he goes, I did something stupid when I was drunk. And we were like, do tell.
Like any typical guy. But he said that he had what's it called? A teacher doctor?
I don't think
teaching
it's
doc-
called
a student doctor.
A student doctor,
doctor.
yeah.
My college got canceled. Okay, give me a
I love how you did one like charity event at your college. Next day they canceled it. They were like, this college is not good for anyone.
It's so funny because my social circle right now is very interesting. I went to a 95th birthday party last night. Absolutely lit. I had the best dress on, obviously. But I ran into the president of my college. I'm like in the social circle in Albany. You can't even touch me up there.
I like that you're just hanging out with the people that want to go to bed at 9 p.m.
That's what I do. The party started at 6. I was in bed by 8:30. I was like, this is the best time ever.
It sounds like my marriage.
But I had a story of one time about a student doctor. If you don't know, I got my appendix out in the 3rd grade. Did you know that about
Yeah,
me?
and you almost died.
I didn't, but
Okay, you did
I like
add
to-
that to the story the
I
first
like to tell
time.
it. They did burst, and I was in there for a week.
No, you could die.
But
Anyone could die.
when I think that was a very pivotal moment in my life because I was very bitchy when I was in the hospital, like as a 3rd grader. Like I was very like, no, yes, get out of my room.
Someone brought you lunch and you just flipped the tray. You're like, what
I
the
was like,
fuck is this?
I'm not eating that. And I had like a tube like in my nose, down my throat, into my stomach. So like I couldn't eat for a couple days because it was like sucking out whatever. So my mom couldn't eat in front of me. My dad couldn't eat in front of me because if I smelt it, I would like
Want it?
freak out and I couldn't have it. So
So she's a pleasant to be around.
a literal pleasure. Everyone on the floor loved me. But I will say my surgeon, I loved her because she was gorgeous.
Okay.
She came in one time in the middle of the night in a literal leopard hat, and I was like, you're stunning. I love you. You can operate on me. I will
that's
allow
what I'm
it.
gonna say. If my surgeon's gorgeous, absolutely fucking not. Okay, absolutely not. If you took more effort into your face than what you're about to do into my fucking inside of my body, no, thank you.
Why can't women do both? Why can't we be stunning, gorgeous, and perform surgery at the same time?
This is like what I think about stylists. Not to bring up stylists again. It makes us sound
It's very traumatic. for us.
dramatic, but
Yeah.
like just like doctor, stylist, very similar.
Yep.
I don't want my stylist to be too put together. I want her to be working on other people's projects. I want
Got
her to
it.
look like she just like came out of a sewer and is in all black and she's so tired from putting together outfits last night for other people.
I hired my manager based on her sweater.
We are
She walked into lunch. I said, you look amazing. You're hired. Run my whole career, please.
And you know what? What I'm learning about this life mental health moment, there's no right or wrongs.
No.
You just have to keep making decisions. It's when you stop and you pause that life becomes difficult. I don't know what I'm talking about. You
So anyway, where was I?
So you're
okay, so the doctor comes
being
in.
mean to everyone.
I'm being mean to everyone. The doctor comes in and she goes, I have a student. This is after she performs the surgery. She does it perfectly. Amazing. She comes into my room. Now, I'm literally 6, like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe 8. So like her
Maybe
even
22.
asking, it could have been less. Her even asking me questions like if she's allowed to do things on me is funny because I'm like a little kid.
Yeah.
But like HIPAA violation, you
Yes.
know, like it's always
Yes.
following me.
Yes.
So I can distinctly remember her saying, I have a student doctor here.
I think legally she has to tell you.
Yes. Would you allow him to take the tube? Or no, they had taken the tube out of me. They had to put it back in me because I
Ew.
got like sick. She said, would you allow him to put this tube back in you? And I looked at her and I said, absolutely not. I was 8 years old. I go, get away from me.
That's called boundaries.
I'll never forget it. She had to have been in her 40s now that I think of it. And he was definitely in his 30s. But I literally felt a man and I go, no.
I was so proud of you as the doctor and been never let a man put anything down your throat.
Yeah. I was like, a man in a tube in my body? I don't think so. I know what's going on here.
Keep your tube out of my mouth.
And she goes, okay, then I'm going to get another doctor to do it. And I go, I can do it. No. And she looks at my mom, and my mom is just I don't know. I'm beaten down here. I take the tube.
No.
I put it inside my nose, down my throat, into my stomach. I go, anything else that we need to get done here today? So I'm a doctor.
That's the most upsetting story I've
insane. I wonder where that student doctor is now.
I
wonder where she is.
Really turned for the worst. That was his one opportunity to help someone, and he never got it, so he failed his test, and now he's on the streets.
I was like, sorry. Try someone else, bozo.
Not to make this about me, but my appendix got, what's it called? I got appendicitis.
Yeah. Wait, you don't have an appendix?
No.
Oh, right.
It
happened a couple years ago.
It happened while I was filming Chat Room.
Yes.
Throwback on Bravo TV. I'm filming a TV show in my mom's kitchen.
And you must have been sweating.
And I'm sweating, and we're I'm chatting with Portia, Giselle. Yep. My stomach's hurting, but 9 out of 10 times my stomach's hurting. Yeah. So I'm just my stomach's hurting.
No, that's what it is. You're just being a girl.
My stomach's fucking hurting. I'm being a girl. I'm whatever. I have to shit. But I couldn't poop.
Yep.
And then I was just I think I unbuttoned my pants because something was just
the pressure.
There was pressure happening. There was burning. There was something. I go, Mom, my stomach's killing me. And she immediately looks at me and she goes, we have to go to the hospital. Your appendix is going to burst. And I go, what are you talking about? She goes, I've been waiting for this moment. I've been researching it. It was the most mom math shit ever. Because my stomach, I'm always oh, my stomach hurts. And she's never acted like that.
But your appendix is a different pain.
We had to go to a hospital. And we ended up going to the wrong hospital first. And I remember thinking oh my God, we're almost there. And then they're oh no, this is the wrong one. I remember being I'm not going to make it. Mm-hmm. I was get my affairs in order.
Well, it's so poisonous, which is so crazy. And I can remember being little, and when mine burst, I was in the hospital room, and I said, oh, I feel better now. Something just happened. I feel fine. And the next thing I know, they're putting oxygen on me because they're we immediately have to take her to the OR. You could die if it leaks into wherever.
And they also do think that it's poop. I remember she was I think my stuff was wrapped around my stuff.
Yeah, and that can happen.
And they got confused. They didn't know what was going on. I'm just look, I can't tell if I'm literally just a little bit bloated or I'm going to die. And that is so embarrassing. Also, Chris is so perplexed by this conversation.
Because also it's always branded that girls are dramatic.
Yes.
But women have the highest pain tolerance.
That's the thing. I remember them being not giving me any pain pills. And finally I had to be hey, can I get something? And they gave me something little, and I was no. They had to give me crazy amount of morphine. Yeah. And I still felt it through the morphine.
Yeah. I had to when I got my wisdom teeth out, I had to get 4 rounds of hydros. And I remember my mom being so nervous. She's you're gonna get addicted to them.
Oh, when I got my wisdom teeth out, I wasn't even under.
Really?
Yeah, I just
had a really bad reaction. I might put the picture in the newsletter one day because it's terrifying.
Also, can you put in the newsletter all your get well gifts? Because I was laughing because well, on the way here, I was Googling what to get someone after an accident.
Yeah. So there's this company that I use a lot. It's called, I'll put all of this in the newsletter. I'll put my baby gift.
Not this week, though. We don't have one this week.
We don't know what's going on. Do we have health insurance? We're great. What's going on?
Well, she's under 26, so she's okay. Phew. Thank God.
She's still on her mom's. But there's this company called Goldbelly, and I found it, I think during COVID, my friends were using it, and you can ship any food, famous food from different parts of the country to anywhere. So
and that's so Italian coded of you.
So Italian. So one of my girlfriends, she made her mikvah. She became Jewish, and she had to do this ritual, and it was a mikvah. Yeah. So I sent her a spread from Katz Deli because I was what do you send someone who's just became Jewish? I'm obviously a sandwich board.
Is that your love language?
Sending gifts.
Sending gifts and not having to see the actual person.
One, I love it.
Because Paige loves
Nutsy.
a random flowers. I'm
Yeah.
like, Paige, I was with you 2 minutes ago.
Thinking of you, but don't text me. No, since I've moved into my new apartment, I haven't gotten any furniture because it's not, like, hasn't been shipped yet. And I'm waiting for this specific couch from CB2.
Okay.
And I'm really thinking about never getting furniture because I have my bed, which is all I really need, and I'm the one that lives there. And everyone that's texted me, like, oh my God, you moved, like, I gotta come over and see it. And I'm like, yes, as soon as I get furniture, you're coming over. So I haven't had to have anyone over in like a month, and I love it.
Hot take. Furniture is overrated. I think it's actually a multi-level marketing scheme. Why do you need so many chairs?
I don't. Like, I literally,
Why do you
don't.
need random tables? Why do you, like,
No.
why? Because I like when things are, like, clean, and nothing's ever been clean in my apartment. The more shit you have, the more stuff you put on it. I won't put a bunch of clothes on a chair if I don't have a chair.
My apartment's never been cleaner.
All you really need is a bed, one couch,
Minimalist.
and you don't even need the couch.
No.
And then you have a toilet.
And that's really it. I have
That's
my
really
squatty
it.
potty, and I'm fine.
MTV Cribs. Here's my squatty potty.
Honestly, when I was moving, my mom was like so embarrassed to move it. She was like, it's so gross. Can you just like throw that out? I can't believe you even have that with like Craig. You have a boyfriend. I'm like, he knows that I shit sometimes.
Yeah, and I have a steady flow and a wide set butthole.
Want to know something else? I haven't gotten my period. We all know that. But I genuinely think I'm going through like I'm getting it without getting it.
The ghost PMS.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. And I know that I'm synced up to Taylor Fitzgerald, so I texted her. I texted her the other day, and I go, hey,
Wait, why did I get jealous?
Sorry.
I just got weird.
Sorry.
I was like, oh,
It's
she's...
because I was with her for a whole week, and then I was like, I feel like I'm getting my period, and she goes, I just got it today.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe we synced up. So I texted her, and I said, any chance you're feeling a little PMS-y? Because I just ordered IHOP. and she texted me back. Wait, I have to see what she texted me back, because she texted me back something so fucking insane. She was like, so yeah, I think I am PMSing also.
What's your IHOP order?
Oh, I never have ever been to IHOP. And all of a sudden, I was just like, wait, I need pancakes.
Yeah. They also have really good hash browns.
She said, well, I just saw a cute old lady in a restaurant, and so I'm crying. So maybe we are due. I was like, okay.
Do you ever you ever in a situation with someone you love and then you randomly will go and think about like a movie montage of like their whole life with them, and then when they're gone, and then think about
Are you talking about your grandpa?
no, but like people who are alive, and you're like, this is one of those moments I'll think about when they're dead. Anyway, life is my week has been going really well. I dyed my hair red.
It's so good.
This is kind of what I always thought it looked like, but I didn't. I finally bleached it.
Oh, you did?
Well, I didn't ask her.
Okay.
I basically was like, this is what I want. And I was like, but you don't have to bleach it, right? And she was like, no, we fully have to bleach it. And I was like, okay, just don't tell me that you're bleaching it.
So from start to finish, how long were you there?
Probably like 3 hours.
And that was today?
Yeah.
I love it.
I just showed up. And my girl, Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie at IGK Salon. She doesn't tell me anything.
Okay.
We make eyes.
Yep.
I show her a photo. She disappears, starts mixing some stuff. And people ask me all these
Potions.
questions. They're like, did she do this? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't ask.
I don't know.
Who am I to ask her?
Yeah, who am I?
To disrespect her art.
Who
You
am I
don't
to
ask the
question?
surgeon.
I'm going to question Stephanie?
I'm not questioning Stephanie. I'm going to say, oh, did you use CB2 in it? No. Did you use A473? No. I'm going to let her do her thing. If she did say, hey, can I use a student hair colorist on it?
Then you'd be like,
That's
I
how I
don't
bleached
know.
my hair in college at a student place for $35. And the girl literally was like, I'm not going to bleach your hair. And I was like, do it. I have things going on in my life I need to do it right now.
as a former student, no.
No. Chris said a former student doctor stapled your head.
Yeah, 13 staples. I don't remember them asking me. They probably did.
probably
but
did.
honestly, I think I would have been like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody's got to learn.
Well, most of the gigglers are doctors, so they'll probably DM us and tell us if that's like a legal thing that has to be done.
Like, they have to tell you it's a student doctor.
I'm looking for a lawsuit, so if they can tell me that I have a case,
Yeah.
I'm down.
When did that happen, Chris?
Like 2021.
Okay, so
So not long ago.
Oh, I thought it was pretty long ago.
Oh, okay.
There's statute of limitation for stapling.
Oh my God.
Wait, look
Have
at you
you-
coming hard this Monday.
I feel like you. Have you watched the TikTok dance documentary?
I love that I can call it work when I have to be like, everyone stop
No,
calling me. I have to watch the TikTok dance
Yeah.
cult documentary for research for Giggling
Yeah.
Squad. Where do we begin?
What? First of all, so can we just talk about like the cinematography in terms of like the story and like the way they put together? Such a well put together documentary for 3 episodes. Like the Ashley Madison documentary should have like taken notes. Like this was done so well. I think the craziest part about it is I don't think I've ever watched a documentary in like real time. It's happening. Like she's still in it on TikTok.
Did you know about it?
No.
So I had heard murmurs, I think because I'm like kind of adjacent to the cult community. So it comes up on my algae. Ew. I just got the ick on myself.
That was so like
That
Gen
was
Z.
Or just like, I don't know what that was.
No,
I'm sorry. I apologize
It's
to the
okay.
Academy. So it was on my algorithm. And basically, I looked at the girl, 7M. I started following some stuff. So I knew about it. It is so heartbreaking. Long story short, these girls are dancing's a cult.
Sisters.
First of all, dancing's a cult.
Dancing's a cult.
Dancing's a cult. Dancing is what you do. I don't know, but it's not what you do organized, okay?
No.
Once you start dancing, you know all those videos where everyone's in a circle and someone's dancing?
No.
That's a cult.
Yep.
So you should know that.
Also, like, I just think it's so, like, if you just take a second to stop and think, like, there are multiple people that in that moment that looked at each other and were like, are we in a cult? Like, and they were married to each other.
Yeah.
That, like, got out.
Yeah.
Like, so I just think that's a funny moment to have that you could look back on in 20 years and be like, remember that time we were like, hey, I think we're in a cult?
Well, the crazy thing is some people get out after 3 years, which seems like a crazy long time. And then some people are like, it took them 23 years.
Yeah.
But cults are real. And I have empathy for people in cults because I want to belong to something.
Yeah.
I want to put all my faith in something else and just like have hope and listen to someone.
And also, like, you can see how they joined it because, like, they were making money. This was their job. They're all dancers, like. And also with, like, TikTok, with all the dancing TikTokers becoming, like, really big during COVID and stuff, yeah, of course they don't know how to do, like, contracts or, like, brand deals. And it's some
Yes.
person's being like, hey, we're going to do it for all of you. And, like, this is how
and
we're
you
going to set it up.
respect a couple people in it.
You're, like, amazing. This is great.
And I like talking about this because at any time anyone could fall into a cult. This guy in particular created Shekinah, which for some reason sounds like vagina to me.
Yeah,
and I kept saying Shekinah. I'm like, is it Shekinah? I feel like it's not Shekinah.
Okay, throughout the entire documentary, I still don't know what they meant when they were referring to that.
That's the name of his church. So people can just like make a church and like call it something.
And they went with Shekinah?
Yeah,
like,
I
I
don't-
don't know. I want to know the backstory.
There could have been a whole
on
episode
that.
on how they came up with Shekinah. Chris is Googling it. Watch out for what comes up. So he basically, he takes advantage of like, I think it was like immigrants who were especially like going through a hard time. They're feeling confused.
Yeah.
They're having trouble with their parents. And he gets them into this church and he gets them all to work for him. And you're just giving it to the church and everyone's happy. But then you realize he's sexually assaulting them, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know where it goes. So then I guess he always wanted to be famous or like be powerful. So he heard about these dancers and was like, hey, I'll do contracts for you. And someone who he's with did video. It just like worked organically. Next thing you know, these dancers are giving 20% to him, 10% to the church, another 10% to something else, another 10%, but it's all going to him.
Yeah.
And it,
They should spend 1 week with you. and they'd be like, no. 1 week with you, and you'd be like, no, you're not paying for that. You're not getting an Uber XL for him. No. Absolutely not. Put your coins back in your pocket. You are very good at like finances and knowing when like, no,
I mean,
I'm not.
look, not that I'm cheap, but I don't like being ripped off.
No, you hate it.
And you know, the second I got into that cult, I'd be like, where's this 10% going?
I know that I would never be in a cult because you would never allow me to pay any money. You'd be like, where's that going?
No, but you would fully be that person where I'm like, Paige, where is all your money? You've made so much money. And you'd be like, I have no idea where it is. I don't know.
I don't know.
So, but these dancers, they're working really hard and they have each other. But long story short, he did this thing where he said, like, you have to die
for your family.
Die on your family or die for your family.
Like, he was comparing it to, like, how Jesus died for our sins or something. And he was saying, like, if you want your family to go to heaven, you have to also die for them. So, like, you have to not ever speak to them again. Yeah. And, like...
So if you're not sure if you're in a cult, if they're telling you...
You can't call your mom.
Every single...
You're in a cult.
Yeah, if your mom can't send you a meme...
I know.
You're in a cult.
If your mom can't DM you a meme, you're in a cult.
And it's like, it's one thing if you're having a hard relationship with like one of your parents, but if they tell you that every single person in your life is fucked up, like, let's be honest, sometimes the problem's you.
I'm going to say something, and it might be like a little controversial, but I just don't feel like anyone who is Italian has ever been in a cult.
Because of our moms.
Because there's no way I'm calling my mom and being like, sorry, I can't come home. She'd be like, oh, really? Okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'll pull you up by your fucking hair. I don't care how old you are. You're coming home with me.
If I don't call my mom in 3 hours, she's like, what's going on?
My mom would have been at that man's house. She would have, like, that man, I'd be afraid for him. I'd call the cops for him.
No.
I'd be like, you have no idea what's coming your way, buddy.
Do you know when, like, something happens and you're like, you do not want my mom to get involved? Like, hey, Mr. Cult Leader, like, I know
I know what we're trying to do here, and I'm, like, so supportive.
I'm telling you, if Lenore's to get involved, like, it's not going to be good.
Like, she'll burn it all down. Like, I mean, I don't... Yeah, so I just feel like no one Italians ever, like, succumb to a cult or, like, a multi-level marketing because...
But the parents, it is, like, so fucked up because the parents, some of them, like, retired early so they could, like, fight to get their children back. Yeah. But this is where it got fucked up. Finally, the parents are speaking out. It gets attention. Mm-hmm. So he changes his strategy and says, actually, don't die on your family because if you do that, they're going to, like, speak up and bring bad attention to us. You have to stay in contact with them to make them think that you haven't died on them.
And that's why she keeps, like, posting Instagrams, but they're, like, acting.
It's literally like when your friend is in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And you know they're in a toxic relationship.
Yep.
They do, but they don't.
Yep.
And then you hang out with them. Yeah. And the whole time you're like,
yes.
And he's there and you're like,
oh my God. No, that just made me so uncomfortable.
That's literally how they hung out. So they're now seeing their daughter, but the daughter is just doing it like because her man.
I think the dad was probably the saddest part of the whole thing. The way the dad cried, because like seeing a dad have 2 daughters, like he's a girl dad, you know? So like he's emotional. Mm-hmm. And I felt bad for him the most.
It's also hard because you see the sister, she's finally getting married, the one who isn't in the cult, and she's now dealing with like all the different levels of like losing someone, whatever it's called, the stages of grief.
Like mourning. Or,
now she's in an angry place where she's like, I actually don't want to invite her to my wedding. Yeah. Because like, fuck her and the pain she's caused this family.
Yep.
But like...
And it's not like they weren't...
They were best friends.
But it's also not like they weren't something on TikTok. Like they already had a lot of followers. They were doing brand deals. Like they had become big on their own, just being good dancers and being sisters. So they didn't even need this weird cult to help them.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the weirdest part. It's like, okay, you literally just like dropped your sister.
Yeah.
Like how do you get so brainwashed so quickly is what's scary to me.
I think also because she's in a relationship. Look, men are involved.
Yeah.
Men.
That's a
I didn't
great
want to say it.
I didn't want to say it. Campaign slogan or just like men are involved. So let's.
Side note, I do have to say, New York City is out of control right now. It's 85 fucking degrees. And I have to say, the men are out of control right now.
What are they
Have
doing?
you walked outside recently?
No.
No.
And now I'm really not gonna.
No, I'm not. So when it's hot out, like the men, like first of all, like the crazies come out.
Yeah.
And men are just walking around like no shirt, just like spitting everywhere. Like spitting. Like why is every man spitting?
I'm so
Chris
glad
is
you brought
laughing
this
because he's
up.
one of them. And then they're like the men and then they're sweaty, and then you everywhere you go, you smell a smelly man. And it's like this is why people go to the Hamptons.
No. I don't know who told the men that all of a sudden it's 85 degrees and the New York City streets are their personal gym.
No, literally.
If I see one more man
If I get elbowed by a fucking bad form jogger.
Yeah. Yeah, in your little short shorts, your no shirt. Who told you could wear no shirt
Also,
running
stop
down
stretching.
47?
Stop stretching on the corner. No one wants to see that.
No. And like, okay, we got it. You went to Harvard 30 years ago. Drop it. You don't need to wear the t-shirt running.
Like, go to the YMCA, like a normal fucking
Go to
human.
Equinox or go to the West Side Highway. Stop like running, stopping at like the crosswalk and like
cutting people off, doing a pick, making me fucking like play this game like I'm playing deep basketball defense on you. I'll trip his ass.
Yeah. So
no, like
we're against exercise. Women
we're against dancing. This is the thing. Once you start making a living, also dancing, it just no. Like, it's so hard to make a living dancing.
It is really hard.
Because even if you become like Beyonce's backup dancer, you're still not making good money. I don't think. Because she has like
it's a tough life.
She has like 400 backup dancers. There's no way she could pay them all really well. I mean, she could maybe. But it's a tough life because you only do it for the tour.
When you're on tour,
and then you have to wait for like Lady Gaga to pick you up, and who knows? Rihanna's not making new music. And I bet there's
a lot of politics and drama of like, oh, he danced for her, like I'm not picking him, like I don't like, you know. So there's probably so much.
The dance drama is crazy. Also, one injury, you're out.
And you're done.
One sprain of ankle.
And they never like say who the dancers are. It's not like they get any like notoriety or like their names are never anywhere. So I feel like they do have a thing.
And like, yeah, so you think you could dance was fun. And then if you're a reality TV person or someone who's bored, you go on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. And then you just work your fucking ass off.
And then you just,
and I feel like they know who wins.
Yeah.
Like it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Or they really all compete, you know? Like
scripted.
I feel like it's a little scripted.
It's scripted. Anyway, the cult thing is crazy because
so it sounds like we are against people in the arts.
Yeah. We're against women in the arts. She's in the cult still.
Yeah.
So all we can do is help people who are thinking of joining dance right now. Say maybe don't. Maybe just stick to getting a little drunk on Saturday and shaking your ass and then call it a day. Let's dance a couple times.
Somewhere else.
Also people who are like, I love dancing.
Okay.
You know those friends who are like, I just want to dance tonight. I'm like, go to therapy.
I've never had one of those friends, I don't think. I've never had like a friend who's like really good at dancing.
Haley's really good at dancing, but she's not annoying about it. No. Like, you know, some of those friends who at any point want to show off. Haley will accidentally, you'll be like, oh wait, I forgot she's a dancer.
But Haley will break out into song at any moment.
Haley will, not just any song, Whitney fucking Houston. And I'm like, it's a fucking library at 9 a.m. Why are we belting Whitney Houston?
So Haley won't throw dancing in our face, but she will throw her voice in our face.
I do think like, no, some people will be like, if you say I want to dance tonight, it means you want to do drugs. Let's be honest.
Wait, I just got nervous that we're not recording.
It's recording.
Okay.
It's recording.
That just scared me.
I know.
Did my face go white?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I never saw you get so alert.
Like, we were so funny.
Start from the beginning. I actually took a lot of notes for this episode. Let's begin.
I saw that
let's begin the episode.
Let's begin.
Okay, what did I write? Oh, someone asked me, speaking of outfits, are you wearing polka dots for continuity?
For continuity?
Like, as if I'm shooting something and it has to, like, make sense. No, I wore one dress for all my shows in Europe.
I was like, wait, what are they even talking about?
I brought other dresses.
Oh,
but
like for videos.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, look, the other dresses didn't hit the same. You know when you, like, find an outfit that works?
Yeah.
You know when you like an outfit, you go, this is great, and then you move on to the next outfit?
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling very much. So once I get it, I go, we're wearing this until I can't wear it anymore.
I also am very into polka dots for the summer.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
It's like vintage vibe feeling.
And I like that style dress on you.
Do you remember I finally bought like real sunglasses? They were like $180.
Okay, where'd you get them
Vintage from Reformation on Melrose. Mm-hmm. They were, I don't know, there's some brand. All I have is Amazon, but I was like, I deserve one nice pair. Lost them first day in Europe.
Stop.
No idea where they didn't lose anything else. I have my toothbrush. I have all my headphones. Every Delta headphone.
Isn't that just the way?
I literally look. I'm like, Mom, I lost my headphones. She's like, no, and I'm
no.
like, so that was Jesus. That was.
So that was your enemies. That was just like working.
My enemies. Then I wrote, I dress like I'm pregnant. I actually do. Like, you know when people are like, oh, I have to change my style because I'm pregnant. I will not have to change my style at all. Everything I wear is stretchy.
Me and my mom go back and forth on this all the time. My mom does not like the trend where, like, it's cool to, like, have your stomach out when you're pregnant. She's like, I'm not used to it. Like, no one ever did that, like, when we were younger. Yeah. Where I think it's, like, now having a baby bump is, like, a literal accessory.
1,000%.
It's like, oh, I'll wear this top and then my baby
Bedazzle
bump.
it. Well, I could see you in like a white button down that just opens up, and then you have a little skirt and a bag.
And it's just like, I'll wear flats and my baby bump. Like, so I'm like,
which baby bump should I wear with this shirt? No, but I plan my outfits based on like
bloat.
I don't want to be uncomfortable ever. Yeah, like if I put it on and it's tight, we're not lasting the day in that. No. We're not lasting the day.
No.
So I'm excited for dressed like I'm pregnant. Also, heels. Have you seen these videos of the WNBA girls? They're putting on these like fun, sick outfits, and I'm loving it. I follow WNBA right now. I'm like very into it.
It's having a real the controversy.
Which one? There's so many.
How come no one's talking about that they're paying these girls pennies?
Yeah.
Why?
People are talking about because no one in the past was like paying for advertising because they weren't getting enough views in their games for TV. But now the views are up, and now people are like, okay, so let's raise the pay.
Are they allowed to do brand deals on their own? Or
yes.
Okay.
But it's evolving. It's changing. It's just taking some time.
I would need someone to step in and give the women the paycheck they deserve.
Now you sound like you want to start a basketball cult and take 20% of all the brand
Is there a
deals.
union? Because I'll start one for organized sports.
But my favorite thing is these girls are wearing these cool outfits and they're videoing them walking to the locker room. And it makes me feel so seen because none of them, most of them
heels?
can't walk in heels. Have you seen it? And they walk exactly how I walk in heels. Because when you live in sneakers, like you're made to be like a fast athlete. Like you walk, you don't change how you walk. You're like, I'm an athlete. I'm walking.
Here and
this is how I walk. So then you put heels on and they're like literally a deer on ice. And it made me feel so seen, so happy. Because Caitlin Clark, oh my God, she's wearing like fancy YSL ones. And it looked like she was.
No, Angel Reese was like tip-top.
What if someone like sprains an ankle before the game?
Could you?
Because of their Yves Saint Laurent.
Imagine.
High heels on my pitties.
Oh my God! If one of the girls, that would be all the NBA would need. Like, oh, they can't even walk into the locker room.
I dare the men to walk in heels.
No,
some men are probably good at it. Speaking of men, one more time. Someone put a stat out there. I don't know where this stat came from with the legitimacy of it all. But the stat is...
for someone who doesn't love math, I love a stat. I love a good stat. I love a good Venn diagram. Like, I don't want to count anything, but I want the numbers, you know?
Okay, so tell me if you're above or below.
Okay.
This woman said that women are only physically attracted to 4% of men.
Spot on.
Spot on. You ever have those moments where you're like trying to figure out if you're gay or straight?
Personally?
Just
or
like
a man?
In general, as personally.
Oh, okay.
And girls are talking and you're like, okay. I'm not attracted to women.
Gay or straight?
No, like if you think like how many men you're attracted to versus like how many girls you think are beautiful.
Got it.
You're like, wait a second.
Yes.
Because I'm not attracted to girls, but I'm also not attracted to most men.
Right.
So it becomes very cloudy at some point.
I feel like every girl does have that moment. I mean, I feel like I did have that moment in college when I was like started watching girl on girl porn and I got like really scared. I was like, wait.
No.
I'm going to have to tell my mom that I'm a lesbian.
All straight girls like girl on girl porn. I don't know if lesbians like girl on girl porn.
I would assume they do.
Okay, we have to check
because they're doing it in real life. So I would assume that they're down with it. But like I get that we as straight girls, we watch it because we're like, they're safe. Everything's fine. They can't get pregnant if they don't want to be. Like everything's
They're braiding
good.
each other's hair.
Like they're gonna like take a nice nap after. Like
she keeps asking her like,
Are you
hungry?
Yeah, like,
do you want a snack?
So like I get that, but in terms of
I think it's because I'm not attracted to any man who would do porn. So once the man gets in, I'm like, I don't want to fuck him.
No.
I almost would rather watch two guys who are gay.
It's so funny that you bring this up. I had a friend. I love when this happens. I was just talking about this the other day. I had a friend tell me a story where she said that her friend and her friend's husband, they watch porn together and like they have sex and whatever, and they always are like switching up their porn. And the husband said, let's watch guy on guy. And so in my head, I'm like, well, she's married to a gay man. Because but then I'm like, oh, wait, but if I watch girl on girl, but I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But what is that the equivalent? I just don't know if that is the equivalent. And she said, as the woman, she was like, no, I'm into watching guy on guy. And so I'm like, maybe you're gay too.
Oh my God.
No, porn is very confusing because
Porn is so confusing.
one of my good friends, Emma Willman, is a lesbian, and she likes watching two gay guys.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. And she also kind of likes to feel like a guy in the bedroom.
Yeah. And I always feel like you don't pick your porn. Like you're attracted to what...
The porn picks you.
No, literally, it does. I feel like porn picks you. Like you don't pick what gets you off. You just see it and you're like, oh, and now I like that. Like I didn't know I liked that, but I guess I do.
Well, that's how fetishes happen. Like one day something weird happens and a breeze hits your clit the wrong way, and you're like, oh no, now I'm
it's the same thing with like things you don't like. Something will happen, you're like, oh, yeah, don't ever do that to me again. I didn't like that. So
look,
everyone's
we're just
gay, and everyone's straight, and everyone's on the spectrum.
Happy Pride.
And happy Pride.
And happy fucking Pride.
And you don't pick your porn picks you.
Your porn picks
And that's like, I think that's nice.
The porn algae finds you. Des and I still can't do the porn thing.
You two are too funny together.
Thank
You're
you.
too
I think
comedian.
It takes a lot for us to get into like a serious enough play. Like we can't. And I want to be that
feel
couple.
Like you guys can't even look at each other during sex because you're like, it's just funny that we do this.
Look, every now and then we're like, we have to stop talking. And
we have to
shut the fuck
get back
up.
to business. He's like, what time do you want to drive to the Hamptons tomorrow?
Or every now and then we'll just start laughing, and then like every now and then I'll laugh, and he's like, "What are you laughing at?" Because like you can't laugh too much.
No,
oh God,
you can't.
Wow, we just like
we went through a whole
thing. I'm
journey.
sweating.
I don't know how we even got there, but we went through a journey.
Do you want another stat?
Yeah, I do.
She's like, I'm so excited. So the founder of Spanx, Sarah Blakely,
Yes.
came up on my algae today, and she said that women were not able to get a business loan until like a surprising time. Like you either had to have a man co-sign it or like be part of the loan. What year do you think women legally were allowed to get a business loan on their own?
1975.
1988.
1988.
Like our own moms couldn't get a business loan.
So you couldn't start a business and go to the bank and be like, you needed a man?
Little bird brain woman, no. Go make someone a sandwich.
Bird brain woman.
Go watch some girl on girl porn and leave us
You
alone.
fucking lesbian. You can't run a business.
But isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh my God.
And that's why there's a wage gap.
I hate them all. I hate all the men. I just I can't imagine. Also, imagine like one woman that went into the bank and was like, okay, I need a business loan. And some guy being like, no.
And then the Spanx girly literally has like a billionaire business right now.
Yeah.
But also look, we've been a little negative on men this episode. Chris, we love you. I think there's really two types of men. There's men who like actually don't like women.
Yeah.
Who are arguably gay.
Yes.
But not like the good gay. Like
No.
they're like suppressed weird. But
Yeah.
like if you actually hate women,
Yeah.
happy Pride. And then then there's the men who like actually fucking love women, and they're like, I love my
But
mom.
also could be
I love my sister.
gay. You never can tell. And that's why you need to ask.
But you know the guys that like that's why I think fuck boys is interesting, because there's the fuck boy that's like he's in his own shit, whatever. But then there's the fuck boy who like actually
hates women.
and
It's
wants to hang
very-
with the boys and talk bad about women.
I feel like it is rare that like. No, I've actually dated a few. I've dated a few men that they hated women because they had such mommy issues for whatever reason. They hated them.
Yeah.
But then I've also dated fuck boys that like their mom, they love their fucking mom. Like their mom puts them on a pedestal, and that's why they're a fuck boy, because they're like, I'm not gonna get in trouble. This isn't bad. Like my mom thinks I'm perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I think is the majority.
Or they love their mom too much, where it's like, they're not treating women as like normal people. It's just like my mom, then everyone else is less than her kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just need men who like look you in the eye and fucking listen to you. How did we get the bar so low?
No,
I'm just trying to help the girlies.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like in my 20s, I really did not understand red flags.
you couldn't decipher.
I thought, I was like, okay, so we need them to be hot and successful and funny, but we also need to somehow figure out that they're not a serial killer, that they also will be trustworthy, that they also will be kind. Like, this is too much stuff that I'm navigating. And I also have to be like, have chemistry with them. Like, it's a lot.
And also they have to be like nice to you, and they also have to like make you laugh, and they also have to like plan stuff, and then like want to see you. It's a lot. You have to check off a lot of things.
And then
when
you
you're
don't know who
dating.
you are.
Right.
Because, like, then you're alone and you're like, what the fuck's going on here?
No,
and then you're with him and you're like, mold me, baby.
Yeah. No, the men are always bad. I've been over them for a minute. I stay over them.
Oh, God.
Go into like a gas station or like a bodega, what's your like go-to drink? Because I go through phases the same way where like you go through food phases. Like right now I'm in a real diet Dr. Pepper phase. Can't get enough of them.
People don't talk about it enough. Diet Dr. Pepper is so fucking good.
Arguably better than regular Dr. Pepper.
Arguably better, but also Dr. Pepper in general, my favorite soda. How have we not brought up the doctor before?
Wait, how
He's the only person I want to deal with my appendix is Dr. fucking Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Who is he? Is he
If
a
he was
zaddy?
a gynecologist, I'd actually allow it. Dr. Pepper.
Wait, we've never talked about this.
It also could be a woman.
And it could be a, wow.
Wow, that was bad of us. And that was on us.
And
that's on us.
And that was us. We didn't apologize.
That was on us. We assumed it was a man.
But it was men's fault that we thought that.
Yes. They brainwashed us.
Would you ever have a male gyno?
You know,
It depends how lonely I am.
if I really
Depends
need
if I'm
to
in a
feel
dry
something.
spell.
You know, here's the thing. For my everyday, like my annual checkup,
I thought you were going to say anal.
like I'm more comfortable with a woman. If I had something really wrong with me and I needed like a team of doctors, yes, I would allow a man to like take a look. See?
I do have to say.
Like, I certainly don't want a man being like, okay, you're gonna feel a little pressure. Like,
fact
nah.
that- male gynecologists, I think, should be illegal.
Yeah, I think it's like a weird.
Because I don't know a lot about doctors. I don't know anything about Dr. Pepper. But I know that there's a point where, as a doctor, you can decide where you want to go.
Yeah, well,
So that means they look someone in the eye and was like, I want
gynecology.
to study pussy.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you want to do that?
Well, you can be. Wait, can you be an OB? Wait. Can you be a doctor that delivers babies and not be a gynecologist?
Great question. It's like a rectangle and a square.
Like, because I think you can be just like a regular gynecologist
And
and not
not-
deliver babies.
yes.
And then I think you can deliver babies in a hospital and not be like the routine pap smear
Good
like,
question.
kind of doctor.
That is a really fucking good
Because
question.
isn't that when you go and it's like gynecology/OBGYN?
Yes. I don't know.
I don't either. And you want to know what? We're not in a position to know because we're not ready for
Chris is so
children.
confused.
I'm
right
trying
now.
so hard,
He's so
guys. I'm trying
confused.
so hard.
The
It
difference
says
between
that
gynecology and OBGYN, I think.
But think about it from our perspective. Like, if I chose of all the things to help, I'm like, I want to deal with dicks. That's fucking weird.
You know what's even crazier? They don't even have a doctor for that. Like, they're not going.
Wait, did they just make up a pussy doctor so doctors can just, like, be creepy?
I think it's so crazy because I'm like, you don't go and get him checked to make sure he's, like, doing what he's supposed to be doing every couple years.
Nurses will put their hand on their balls and ask them to cough.
And
Has that happened to you, Chris?
That's happened to me, yeah.
And I know that when...
Did you ask why they did that?
No, I mean, they put staples in my head. I didn't ask questions about that either. It says that physicians who focus on gynecology do not deliver babies or treat pregnant women. So they're into pussy, basically.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
I only want
A woman.
a woman.
Yeah.
I think it's I think it's weird. It's like priests. Like, how did you get there? Then I'm not even gonna get into that right now. My question for you, masseuse. Do you pick male or woman?
Female. Oh my God. That's so vulnerable. No. Just because, literally only because I don't trust anyone. And I'm certainly not going to put myself face down, like no bra, and just hope that he's a good guy.
I think because I was an athlete, not that athletes have not been in horrible situations, but like I've had a lot of male like doctor physical stuff, and sometimes they're really fucking good at massage. And like in Chinatown, these guys like you go all the time and they're amazing.
That's different. I trust them.
I don't.
That's
I
so
don't mind
different.
an ugly old dude. Once I had a hot guy massage me,
I couldn't do it.
It was a full date. Like the whole thing in my head was a date. Like he probably was like, "This is boring."
Yeah.
But I was like, okay.
Because after I'd be like,
Are we?
okay, so are you gonna ask for my number because I just let you touch me?
The whole thing was, and not in like a fun way. Like I wasn't relaxed. I was like, we're fully on a first date.
No, I couldn't have.
Might as well turn on a movie.
Actually, it's funny because me and Craig got massages the other day in my apartment. You can like do it on an app and have someone come over. And he was like, okay, do you want a girl or a guy? And I was like, what? Obviously a girl. And he was like, okay, I didn't know. Like if you wanted to like
Does he care about girl or guy?
He gets a girl.
Okay, that's the thing, because Des and I, it'll be like, okay, there's a girl and a guy, and Des will get
like,
the girl, and I'll get the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's not fair. But
because I think guys feel like, okay, you're not gonna like touch me. But that's how I feel too. I'm like, okay, you're not gonna touch me.
I want to see the guy first. And honestly, the uglier the better. If he's hot, we're not fucking doing this. I literally was like, he was like massaging my something, and I was like sucking it. I was like,
no, I need to fully like suss the situation out.
yeah.
You know where I do sometimes enjoy a man?
Where?
At the nail salon. I'm not afraid to have a man do my nails. Sometimes I feel like they're very good.
I like when they do my feet because it makes me feel powerful.
That's actually a great.
I'm like, yeah, rub my feet.
Yeah.
I like when they rub my feet.
But I'm not
So
afraid
I'm
of
looking down onto them.
Yeah. We're not afraid of some men in the workplace.
Are we dominatrix and we just don't know it? What are we doing here? Why is there so much leather? It's so much admin. Anyway, when I go to a bodega,
Yeah.
I have a couple options. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is what I
we're
want
back
talk
to the
about.
drink. I forgot.
So I don't like sparkling stuff. Just putting that out there. I think it's aggressive. I think it's like TV static in your mouth. I don't want bubbles.
But you like carbonate. You're drinking a carbonated drink.
Yeah, because there's nothing else in the fridge right now, and I'm not happy about it. I'm doing it against my will.
I've never really noticed like that. You never go for like a LaCroix.
Whoa.
You just had a stroke.
I just had a stroke. A LaCroix. Like you
A
never
LaCroix.
go for like a sparkling water
No.
ever. Interesting.
No,
Okay.
I don't want sparkling water. I think it's so aggressive. It's in your face. It's like, just relax. So I love a juice, but you can't do full juice because
No,
that's like
You love a watered
insane.
down juice.
So I need a watered down juice. So then we have to get creative.
And you like a watered down juice because when you were younger, your mom used to water down your juice, and that's the way you like it.
Because I was like full crackhead on
you're
apple.
like, it's too
if
sweet.
you gave me full apple juice,
Yeah, no.
bitch was wildin'. I was like, let's fucking
Definitely
party.
wasn't wearing her matching hat, throwing it in the fucking dirt. She's like, that's it, no more juice for Hannah.
She's on the juice again. I'm just in the back.
Imagine like your first grade teacher being like, Hannah's on the juice again.
No, my mom would get mad. Anyway, so this is gonna be a little crazy. I fuck with an aloe vera drink.
Interesting.
Now, this is the thing about aloe vera drinks. Don't get the pineapple. It's way too sweet.
Okay.
Get the plain. Sometimes the mango, it will be a little sweet. Get some water on the side just in case you need to water it down.
I don't think I've ever had an aloe vera drink.
This is the craziest thing about aloe vera drinks. There's chunks of aloe in it.
Like a bubble tea?
No. Like chunks of something.
Do you bite it? Or they just swap?
You could swallow, you could chew.
Is it good for you? Like, what are the...
This thing, in theory, aloe vera sounds good for you.
Yeah.
Somehow, I think by the time it gets into the form that it is in the Bodega, I can't say that it's good for you.
Okay.
But it's not
Thank you for
bad
being
for
so
you.
honest.
It's not bad for you.
Okay. It's better than drinking, like, a soda.
Yeah.
It's better than getting your Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Now, this never happens, but on my rider, when I'm performing, I get white Gatorade Zero.
You come up with the most random things.
It's actually not random. There's a method to my madness. I want Gatorade, but I can't be drinking like full Gatorades all the time because that's like liquid cocaine.
Yeah.
So I get Gatorade Zero because I want to drink a lot of them.
Okay.
Like I'm putting them down.
Yeah.
Then you can't get
You're
a
an
colored
athlete.
one because then your lips and your tongue will be colored. So I get the white one, and I will go through like 4 Gatorades.
And you
a
don't
night.
water that down. You drink those straight up
crispy cold.
on the rocks.
On the rocks. Fuck my shit up. We kept getting in a fight because then I love an iced tea. I like a Diet Snapple.
I feel like you love like an
We
Arnold
love St.
Palmer.
James.
Yes, we love a St. James.
St. James. We love a Liquid Death has an iced tea too that's good.
Okay.
So I like that vibe. When I was in Europe,
Yep.
I was like, can I have an iced tea? In Ireland, actually.
Do they know
And they
it?
were like, no. So then I had to order apple juice like
I-
a little kid.
I love in Europe when they will straight up say no to you. Like in like restaurants in New York, like I've been in restaurants in New York where you ask for something and they're like, "Oh, let me check if we have that,"
Yeah,
and
at
then
least
they'll
pretend.
send someone to the store and like get it.
What restaurants are you going to?
I don't know. I feel like that's happened once or twice. But like, if there's something about in
I have.
Europe, it's literally at my mom's house. My dad was like, "I'll go get it."
No, in Europe, they'll just be like,
no.
no, bitch. And Des kept laughing because at every restaurant, I'd be like, can I have iced tea? And he's like, how many times are you going to ask? And I'm like, well, I'm going to try. Like, maybe the one place ran out.
Yeah.
And he's like, they don't have fucking iced tea here.
And they don't like know what it is, or they just don't like carry it.
They don't do it. And then like, we could kind of make it. And once they get confused, I'm like, no, because then I don't
And
want
Europe
them to try to
doesn't
do it.
ice,
They're not that into ice.
and they're not that into air conditioning.
I know.
And I don't know what it is. And I don't know if it's because like we're spoiled, we know what it feels like and they don't know what it feels like. Or if they're just actively like, we don't want
This is
it.
the thing. They've had infrastructure for hundreds more years. Where did they miss that part of it? My friend Gianmarco Stresse, he's a comedian, had a funny tweet where he was like, do I want to go to Europe and experience like all these cultures and all these things, or do I want air conditioning?
And a Diet Coke and a fucking glass of ice. No, I love vacation. Obviously, it's such a, like, what is the word I'm looking for? I was going to say blessing. It's obviously like so nice to be able to go to Europe and like travel. And,
Oh
like,
my
that's,
God,
like,
it's
so
incredible.
fucking incredible.
Well, I've never been to London before.
But there's nothing like landing back in America and knowing like right when you get in the Uber, the air's gonna be fucking blasting. You're on your way home. You're gonna fill up ice and like drink a cold drink.
Also, I do have to say, Apple is out to get everyone because the second you land in Europe, there's no way to charge anything. Like you're scared, and the
I
converters.
don't know why collectively we couldn't have just had all the same plugs.
Why do we have to have?
What are you guys talking at UN meetings? Because if this is not top of the docket, I don't know. Like we need to get someone else in here because this is a real problem.
I want good vibes, and I want everyone to have the same charger.
Yeah, and it's like, how many? I don't get the voltage. Like, oh, can't go above this voltage.
Oh.
Need an adapter. Nope, need a
You
converter.
also can't
What's
blow
the
dry
fucking-
your hair in the bathroom in Europe.
Anywhere. You can't do it anywhere.
Well, then they started putting these USB ports But then Apple decides, let's stop using USB.
Yeah, and they're like, actually, we're going to change it to USB-C.
Like, I've never had more cords that don't work just sitting there. And then when you're trying to order it, like, I don't understand what a UBCT fuck you is. Like, I don't know what that is.
I'll strangle myself with the cords. Like, I'll freaking lose that. Yeah.
So anyway, but I had a lot of fun.
Good. But it was a blast.
It was fun.
And I'll go back next year.
Other drinks I like to get. I like a green tea with honey. I also like a hint water if I'm feeling really healthy. I also
Hint waters are really good, actually.
yeah, like it gives just subtle. It depends if you're thirsty or you want to have a part like fun.
So you don't gravitate towards a soda. You gravitate more towards.
I do not want carbon energy touching my fucking
See, like
tongue.
I love a poppy. I love I love a soda.
But like when you're thirsty,
Yeah, like I'll chug a sparkling water. I don't give a fuck. Because you want to know what? Maybe I am into BDSM because I love that fucking burn. Like if I'm really thirsty and I chug like a Pellegrino water, I love the way it
that
tingles.
is so funny. That's two types of girls. If you like to chug sparkling water, you like to get choked.
And that's a stat.
See, literally me, I will take a sip and I go, ow, 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 ow.
And that's got to be a stat. Where I'll chug it, let it burn, and then I'll be like, Craig, choke me.
See, this is the thing. I am like dealing with enough demons in my head. I don't want to also fight my drink like for my life, you know? Like I just want to be chill. Also, when I do little sips. Like I'm not.
See, I don't know what it is. I'm like always really thirsty. Like I need a water at all times.
Yeah.
Like I'm always dehydrated, always need to chug something.
Well, I'm trying to drink more water. Not really. Not really at all. Anyway.
Anywho, what time are we at?
You're like just over an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Oh.
Just flew by.
That really did. I feel like, I just deleted it. I feel like I had one more thing, but now I can't fucking think of it.
I do have to say I was editing.
Yes, and how is it going?
It's going well. It's due Wednesday.
Oh my God.
So we're doing it.
No, that's so exciting.
It's exciting.
So crazy.
It's craziness. It's happening.
We have to throw a party.
We have to throw a party. It's like all
So
these
many
things.
things to do. What do you think about J-Lo canceling her tour?
Well, apparently there were low. I like how we're whispering. Like she won't hear us.
Yeah, I know.
She's my friend, so I
You
think.
like I was wondering if like she heard us say all that nice stuff about Jennifer Garner, which I obviously don't take back.
But I
because
don't. I
love
think
her so
she's.
much.
I think she's fine
Okay.
with Jennifer. I just hi Jennifer. We know you listen. We love
Jennifer.
you. We're obsessed with you. Hi Jenny. J Lo. I think she had low ticket sales or something.
Oof.
And you know what? The thing with low ticket sales, it's if she had picked smaller venues. Sometimes you just like pick too big venues.
I think maybe she could take like a sabbatical.
You
Maybe like go to Europe and do like a full retreat for a couple months and just
on
like,
a silent retreat.
chill out.
Well, she,
And then come back in a couple years and do a massive tour, and
Yeah.
we'll love it.
it was interesting because it said she canceled the tour to spend more time with her family, and she's heartbroken. Like that was exactly what it said. I was like, wait,
If I was her daughter, I'd be like, fuck
are you heartbroken that you have to spend time with your family? Like, it really read very weird like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you should be like, yeah, I'm upset. I can't do the tour, but I'm so happy to be spending it with my family.
Yeah.
Look,
Well,
I don't
speaking
know.
of tours, we have ours coming up. So
We
if
have ours
you
coming up.
haven't gotten tickets,
Oh, yeah,
please
get
do
tickets.
so.
We added a bunch of shows.
Added a bunch of second shows.
We added one today.
We're just gonna Easter egg our way through.
Easter egg go right through. Everyone, keep Grace in your prayers.
Yes.
We love you, Grace. We missed you.
We
And
can't do it without you.
We can't do this
Please
without
get back
you. And we'll giggle with you guys later. Thanks for
Bye.
giggling. Bye.